Give me that camera. Give me that camera. We are live. Trying something a little bit different. Because I would normally start a stream, but then the first 7 seconds of whatever I'm talking about gets cut off. So now I'm starting a stream. Got a little bit of a starting slide going on. And then we cut to moi. So this is what we're going to try. Let me know if that actually worked out a little bit better. So I'm going to thank all of my Twitch subscribers, all of my Patreon backers. I don't know if you know this, by the way, but not only do we do constant giveaways, and it's not just maps. We give tools, hints, tips, brushes, mapping components. We give these things away to our Patreon and Twitch subscribers, and we do private chats, private hangouts, and we actually get to also look at some of the stuff that I've done in the past that the public has not seen before. So become a Twitch subscriber or Patreon backer. Twitch subscribers get the perks as well. Now, if you want the elevated perks, you've got to get onto Patreon, because you can pledge at higher levels than just a subscription. But it's a little unlike most Twitch channels, okay? It's not just me. You actually get the benefits from Patreon as well. So consider becoming a backer, and it will be much love from me to you. So let's talk about what we're actually going to map tonight. We are working on Lukatoi for Zagora Games, and we have been making great progress on this. We're doing the ink work in that corner up there, that little white spot. I am going to really push hard to try and get that white spot filled tonight, which means that when we pick this back up next week, we're colouring. And that's what I'd really like to do. Now, if we don't finish it tonight, it's not the end of the world. I might only get 2/3 of it done, depending on how detailed I start getting. We'll finish it up on the next stream and then get into colouring. So either way, I think we're into colouring on the next Lukatoi stream. So with that said, I'm going to take a little sip of wine. And we're going to jump into this. Hey, Wargaming. Hey, GL, my friend. And Wargamer, you're fine, my friend. You're fine. It was a good stream last night. I had no problem with the stream last night. There were some things in it that were a little bit different than usual. And that whole merch thing, by the way, you were to know not to use the merch, because we didn't even know it was a command that was in there. That merch command is a default of CloudBot, and it was advertising a merch store that we don't have. And by default, it's enabled, so you actually hitting that command enabled Pex to find it in the system and turn it off. So it actually worked out well. It worked out for the good. So we're just going to chill on this Friday Eve, and we're going to draw buildings. Wonky, I was about to say wonky art, but that's not what wonky. It is wonky art, isn't it? Wonky art. Is that a way of saying it? Well, like, good to have you here. Oh no, and someone's already redeeming stuff. What was that? I'm not going to jump straight to the redemptions here. I bet it's a bean and it's Wargaming. The photo behind me? Okay, my history there's taken. Oh, there we go. It is Eat a Random Bean. We'll come back to that. The photo behind me is actually from our very own princess, and she bought this with channel currency, that this would be the background for this stream. This is a photo that she took. And Wonky, it's good to have you here. In fact, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see what we're working on. And I'll put it the right way up too. So this is Lukatoi City, and we've been going pretty detailed on it. It's not my most detailed work, but it's pretty on it. It's pretty close. I mean, especially sections like this. We did get a little bit carried away. It is modelled on ancient Athens with a smidge of Carthage in there. And it is for a company called Zagora Games. And it's going to be a book that they're releasing end of Q1 of next year. So we're just finishing up the ink work right now. That's what we're shooting for. And I'm kind of turning it upside down, and because it's a little easier for me to follow this road here. Yeah, and it was a bean, by the way. It was a bean, and it was a bean by Wargame. I like that you guys and girls like the bean so much, though. Like, Wonky Art is probably sitting there going, what? But I like that it's a fun thing that we've added. And we'll do it. We'll do the bean. We'll do the bean in a moment. I've literally just started the stream. And hi, Princess. Good to see you here. Alright, well, I'll get a snack grab in a second. I'll get it. I don't want to walk away from the camera. We've literally just started. Do it in a second. I think batching them up is probably the way to go, right? Kind of do like the little sort of chill out catch up. I have not watched Supernatural now. Yeah, so Wonky Art, that's a good observation. It's like, I was teaching a friend once how to draw city maps. And, you know, I got to the point where, you know, I drew the outside walls because I was like starting with the general shape of what I'm dealing with. I think that's important. And then I drew in, like, I traced the grey lines for where I wanted major roads and such. And then I was like, and then you just start drawing in the buildings like this. And I literally just started, like, doing this type of thing. And he was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I think that's way harder than you think it is. And it's this little jigsaw thing that I'm doing now that kind of makes my maps. This is what we're all about. And I'm going to actually demonstrate too, because I'm about to come up into this intersection right here, and it's going to leave this weird empty space. And I think it's partly how you fill the spaces and how you get buildings to join that kind of makes the map. And then, of course, the fun bit is going to be colouring all of this. But we've done bigger maps and we've done more detail than this, so it's totally doable. You see, this join here is kind of weird. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually do something like this. I'm gonna put a temple here. We're gonna do a temple right there. And let's make it kind of symmetrical. So let's do something like this. Yeah, something like that. And then I think we'll have little pillars coming out into the road and kind of fill in this gap here with maybe a tree or two. Yeah, something like that. And Wargaming Recon, I did see the map fact that you asked for yesterday. And don't worry, and anything that we don't redeem on the day, it doesn't go out the queue. It doesn't get lost. It sits there. I literally have like this little redemption queue for me to go through. And I can reject things, but and accept things. But until I do something with them, they sit there. So it's not lost, my friend. I think we could perhaps, maybe we would do like a little bit of a map fact about this one. Because some of you were not here for the beginning of this. Alright, so if I want my road to roughly be that thick, and I have this building kind of here, offset from the main road, what do I do about this bit here? Well, I think what we can do is we could immediately kind of put like some kind of tree or something here, and we could actually do like the little edge of a garden, perhaps, here. Let's do a tree growing over the fence. So we've actually got our road shape. Perfect. We got our width. But it's not a building, it's the garden around a building. Now, this has created like this weird sort of intersection here and here. Oops, oh, that eraser was way too large. So hold on a sec. I didn't realize it was so big. So here, let's do some kind of statue. I love intersections between the roads. And then they're putting like something right in the middle. And I think that will work. It's an interesting location. I'm gonna work on this bit. I'm gonna draw up towards the top there. You know, I've said it before. You see, a lot of mappers, you know, what they do is they kind of just do this, and then they do this, and then they do this, and they do this. Then they just do the same on the other side, and they do that, and they do this, and they do this. And it's like, yeah, okay, so I've got a road going through. But there's no... It looks like I've just thrown dice on the ground, right? There's no sort of pattern going on there. There's no theme. So this is why I like to draw different shaped buildings that interconnect in different ways, that create little alleyways between them. So like, and think about what we're drawing, right? This is the main gate. We're just coming through. We've got like this arena type thing over here, like where they like a stadium. So this is almost certainly going to get a lot of stadium traffic, as is this. This I decided to do as an inn because of that type of thing. Well, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I think that there would be a tavern or inn type building near the gate, right? Not only is it where you're coming into the city, but it's getting all of that stadium traffic. So do little sort of ranch style like this. We'll give them a little fence out front. And then we'll kind of give them like a little path in here. That we'll colour later on. Hey, Alex Dixon. This song, by the way, all of this is Harris Heller. Harris Heller does stream beats. It's a completely royalty-free, doesn't cost a dime, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. This is called Volume Up a Smidge. That's what this one is called. At least I think it is. Oh yeah. Volume up a smidge. That's what this one is called. In his lo-fi collection. Because all of his stuff is actually royalty free, I could point you, by the way, to his music. But if you look up Stream Beats on YouTube, or just in general, because he's got a Stream Beats website and all of his music is there to be downloaded. He's also on what's that music program? I don't use it, so that really popular one. I'm having a complete brain fart. But anyway, his music is all over, completely royalty free, and you can even go to his website and download the license that says you can actually play this. Don't worry about it. You're good. I mean, what an awesome human being that is, huh? Look up Stream Beats, Princess. It's all over, okay? He's got it on. God, what is the name of that music program? Why can't I remember that? It's a huge one. Anyway, just look it up. You'll find it all over the place. It's literally all over the place. Stream Beats. Spotify. Thank you, Alex Fiction. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Why I could not remember Spotify, I don't know. Spotify. Of course it's bloody Spotify. Spotify. He's on Spotify as well. I don't personally subscribe to Spotify, so, you know, I get ads and everything. I do pay YouTube, so I don't get ads there. But he actually has this music on his site just to download it. And he has all sorts of different types too. He's also, he has a channel on YouTube. By the way, I've looked this up and I'm going to show you how I'm going to correct this. You see how I'm drawing these buildings on the wrong side of the road? They should be out here, because that's where my road is. I'm going to kink the road like this, but I'm going to do it gradually. But yeah, Harris Heller is actually on YouTube as well. And he does regular coverage of streaming services in general, equipment that you should be thinking about, techniques, what you should and should not be doing, you know, just everything. And he's very, very easy to listen to. He was originally a musician, and he and his wife actually got a huge amount of following through that, but they kind of crashed out of popularity, and he turned that around to then sort of learn about sort of streaming and everything in general. And he now basically passes that information on to the world. And he came up with Stream Beats, because he continually rails against the whole copyright aspect of music in a streaming sense. He feels like it's backward, it's not, like, you know, in sync with the modern world, and he's like, fuck it, I'll just give you music that you can use. Podcast and video production, yeah, I believe you just totally covered. And I've got this license. If you remind me, I'll send the license to you, okay? But yeah, he does it literally for podcasts and anything like that. He's like, here, go. And he's actually ensured that things like Twitch and YouTube and everything understand that. I guess there's a way of setting up your music with them so they don't ding you for copyright. And it goes way into behind the scenes what I would understand how things work. But he's basically got it set up with all of these companies where it's like, no, this is royalty free. People can play this. If you pick up on this music, you just don't worry about it. And he charges not one dime. But he's at least worth a sub, right? Definitely worth listening to. And I'm sure that he has he seriously has a Discord server with like 100,000 people on it. He literally exceeded the amount of people that Discord could support. So you know, and if he's sort of got something like Patreon or something like that going, you know, this is a guy that's doing okay, you know. Stream Beats is now a business for him. It's like he's hired like a full-time sound technician. So he's doing okay. He's got his little business going there. I understand like what the DCMA or whatever it is trying to do. I get that you can't just like play music willy-nilly, you know, to a broader audience. I get it. I get it. But it's kind of a little bit out of sync with how the world's working right now, you know? I feel like technology and the way that we communicate, the way we're hanging out right now, it is moving way faster than like music companies and film companies and that type of thing can possibly keep up with. You know, they just can't do it. And there have been, you know, conversations about how the law should be revised. So, you know, music companies are still getting their cut, so to speak. But it's just moving too slow. So meanwhile, you got like hundreds and hundreds of people getting like dinged over on Twitch right now, you know? Alright, I'm gonna finish this street here. And then I'll eat a bean. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about map facts, by the way. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. But we could talk about the map a little bit, couldn't we? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll talk about this map. Let's hit save. Singing hymns from the 8th century gets dinged. See, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. See, that's just ridiculous. Alright, Princess, we'll get to the two truths, one lie in a second. The thing about the Twitch right now too is like some people have actually removed offending music or offending videos, I should say, that have like had copyrighted music, or games have been playing that have copyrighted music in the game. Which that's where things start getting batshit crazy. They've removed that content, but the ding stays in place and they can't do anything about it. It's like, well, the content's gone, but there's no process with Twitch to actually do anything about it. So it's like they're still getting hit, they're still in trouble, and the content's gone. So it's like it's a big fuck up. It's just a big fuck up right now. Alright, Princess, two truths, one lie. I have only had one girlfriend in my life. I have been out of the country only once. I lived in Kansas for a very short time. I'm going to go true, false. I guess Wargaming Recon and I tend to think alike on a lot of things. Oh yeah, the whole you can't even stream the game. Well, that was some stupid turd blossom that started to suggest that. And it was a guy from Google Play or Stadia. Google Stadia. It was one of the guys from Google Stadia that suggested it. And honestly, he could just shut the fuck up. I mean, he's thinking backwards. We need to be thinking forwards. We need to be innovating. We need to be growing. We need to be evolving. And saying you can't Twitch stream the game unless you pay the company that produced that game, that is not the same. Me watching someone play, you know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is not the same as me playing it myself. I'm gonna go off and buy the game if I want the game. It's me listening to someone playing music is one thing. I'm getting the enjoyment of listening to music. I can walk around the house and listen to the music they're playing. I get that. But them playing a game, they've got the controller or whatever in their hands. That's not me playing the game. I'm not even playing it vicariously through them. I'm getting enjoyment of watching them play the game. That's it. I'm getting enjoyment from them. You shouldn't be charging them for the audience that they have, for the game that they're playing. No, it's backward thinking now. That is really backward. I don't know. I haven't heard about the Among Us. Who's instigating that? Because Among Us came out in 2018, and no one had fucking heard of it until people started Twitch streaming it, and that suddenly got the world involved with Among Us. And I think if someone from Among Us is now trying to shut that shit down, then they honestly, they deserve a sock full of coins across the back of their head for their incompetence and stupidity, naivety and selfishness and ingratitude. That's my opinion on that one. I know Among Us is a small indie company, I know that. Hey, True False, Wargaming Recon and we got it again. We should win prizes or something. Alright, I'm gonna eat a bean. Wargaming Recon did the bean earlier on. We're gonna do a bean. Wargaming Recon, eating the bean. Let's do it. And then we're going to do the map fact about this, but I'm going to have to dig up what the client actually told me about this, okay? I don't know what this bean is. I don't know if it's a good, a bad, or hot. Let's find out. It's bad. Oh, is it? It's not good. Alright, it's like I'm eating cardboard or something. I think that's meant to be a bad. But fortunately, its flavour is not so overpowering. I'm gonna guess that I just ate a booger. I'm gonna guess that that is the flavour I just ate. Booger. So I just ate snot on camera. You're welcome. That's kind of manky. That it's just hovering there. It's just hovering. I just ate snot. That's what that was. That is not a great flavour. Alright, let me see if I can quickly find the little map fact about Lukatoi. A booger would be salty? Oh, are they? I will fully admit I've never eaten a booger in my life, so I have no comparison to draw it upon. That was not salty. Alright, I'll tell you a little bit about this map, okay, here. And I'm going to very quickly as well, I'm just going to open up the sister map to this, just so we can satisfy the map fact, okay? So, and we'll open this one. Okay, so there are two maps that we're doing for Zagora Games. There is Raigadon, which is the map that you can see in front of you right now, and there is Lukatoi. Lukatoi and Raigadon are going to be coloured very, very similarly, because this is like we basically swatched these colours from images of the Mediterranean. So we're going for this drier, stonier, sparse vegetation type of look. This is basically going to be our colour palette, including with our buildings and everything else. Sister City is Lukatoi. Lukatoi is a map that we started last year. We got halfway through it, and Zagora Games quickly wanted to switch because they wanted to work on Raigadon instead, and we finished it. 1 year later, almost to the day, here we are back with the Twin City. There are some things in this city that are a little unique. First and foremost, these statues, which some of you have actually seen before. We've got statue here, statue up here, statue up here. These are actually from artwork from the city itself, from the book of that Zagora Games are going to release. There are going to be 2 books. There is an adventure book of the first 5 levels It is done and complete, and I believe that's the one that is going to have Rikadon in it. And then there is a campaign guide that Lukatoi is going to be in. So this is going to be in the campaign guide, I believe. This one is slated to release around the end of Q1 of next year, or go into print around that time. So there's your map facts. Confound it! You know, I gotta be honest with you. I love some of the names that you guys and girls come up with. There are some really imaginative names. I love it. Welcome to the stream, Confound it. We've just been talking about how Alex Vixen knows that boogers are salty. It is an intellectual channel. You have missed nothing. Alright. I really want to try and get this neighborhood drawn in. So let's keep forging ahead here. I want to see black ink all over this area here. I really want to try and push hard tonight. Now, one thing that we spoke about with the Rikadon map is what makes a city Mediterranean versus, let's say, Western European. And I think one of the things that came out of that discussion is they tend to have these sort of squares, right, where there's buildings surrounding the square, like a little mini plaza courtyard, right? They have courtyards everywhere, and obviously the West has that too. But then they've got like these awnings and things like that going, because obviously they got the fairer weather. So I think we're gonna add at least 3 of those about this area of the map, and I'm gonna start right now. Because when you throw it like a little waterfall or something in the center, a waterfall, really? A fountain? It just looks so darling. Let's do a long kind of fountain thing right here. How bizarre, indeed. How bizarre. What's Connect? Oh, Connect. Connect is the social stuff, huh? Okay. You guys and girls know more about my channel than I do. Pex is, by the way, creating a cheat sheet for us of commands, so we'll all know exactly what these commands are. You can't ask me. As a channel owner, I'm oblivious. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep drawing this stuff in. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I at least want to get 2/3 of this white space completely drawn in. That's my objective here. Which means I at least, like, yeah. Let's keep forging. So connect. So maybe exclamation social should do all of the social channels, and connect should actually say like how to connect it, like Amazon, an Amazon sub to Twitch. That's an interesting idea. Well, okay, so social. So what was... So is Connect and Socials doing exactly the same thing right now? Interesting, okay. By the way, Pex always gathers this information, he does. And sometimes he just goes off and he actually does something with it. Sometimes he just sort of sits there with it and he talks to me about it later. So if you've ever got suggestions about the channel or the commands or what you'd like to see more of or less of, just speak up because we are listening. So maybe I'm not understanding, but clearly confound it, you do. What is connect normally? What does it do? Like help me understand. Confound it, it's been on Twitch since 2012. I didn't even know Twitch was around in 2012, my friend. Wow, I've just learned something. So does Connect normally do something different? Why would, for example, Confound It say that kind of put off by the whole Connect call out? That wouldn't be calling anyone out, right? Or does it? Again, my ignorance may be showing. Yes. By the way, here, like this gateway, I'm seeing is not a major gateway into the city, even this one. This is leading, well, it leads to the military harbour, right? Not even the ports. It doesn't lead out of the city, it literally is going into really an industrial area. So this is a working man's gateway in and out of the city. We do have like an inn type, well, in fact, I think this is a barracks type of thing going on right here. We do have some kind of inn like here, where, so okay, yeah, the workers have plenty of places to get their drinks. I am not going to add stables, etc. here, because this is foot traffic, this is cart traffic. They've got a place to go right here. Well, happy anniversary, Confound It. Happy anniversary. But if the connect command was something that wasn't timed, right? And it was something that someone could, well, actually, would they, honestly, if someone didn't know how to connect their account, would they even know to type exclamation connect? I think really it is the concept of subscribing in and of itself, and the benefits that you get for subscribing. Because then that sort of raises a question, well, how do I subscribe? And there are, of course, different ways. And I think the Twitch interface is pretty good. It's sort of, telling you how you can do that. Hey, Noble! Oh, Noble, I look forward to you sharing. I see what you say. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, confound it. You're saying that if we had a command for connect, and I had people telling you to connect, and this is how you do it, that's putting you on the spot. That is calling you out. I get that. I think if it was a command that you could type in to understand how to connect, or even, don't forget, you could subscribe using your Amazon subscription, hit !connect to learn more, and then it was up to you to type that in. Okay, I see where you're coming from. Alright, so I see that, Noble. I do very bad at understanding, well, in fact, I'm not in the Twitch interface, so I don't see whispers. So I'm just gonna quickly fire with Twitch. And I'm gonna go over to the whisper. There we go. I'm gonna go over there. Okay. Oh. So what are we dealing with there, Noble? I got it. What am I looking at? And maybe can we share? Or maybe you don't want to share. That's why you whispered it. This is my character in the world? Or the dwarf character? Alright, so this is, by the way, what Noble Dwarf has just shared with me. Noble Dwarf, they have, Noble Dwarf carries all of our merchandising. T-shirts, mugs, so far. T-shirts, mugs, and canvas prints. Whew. But Noble Dwarf also do their own thing for their own world, and the Light Harbor map was for their setting, and out of that setting spawns various products that they put on their store, including things like their little potion bottles and such. So this is a character that I think is a female dwarf, a cartographer, and we wrote her up, we've given her stats and everything. She's a rather attractive little dwarf. I love it. So I guess she's going to be available for 3D print or something. Do you want to tell us about her, Noble? Yeah, the dwarves invited me to sort of create a cartographer character in their world. But it looks like she's going to be a mini. Princess Drake, yes, I saw the snack and I thank you very much, and I'm definitely going to get that snack. Right alongside a glass of wine too, funny enough. I just want to finish this here. I'm trying hard to not get too distracted and to finish a good portion of what's left here. I don't want to be left with too much, because on the next stream or the next time we do this map, I want to be coloring. Oh, baby boy, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. You never come on my knee when we're streaming. What on earth is this? You want to say hi to everyone? Hi. Oh. Princess, would you like to redeem a cat snack? Because he's whinging for one. I think you can even hear it. Someone give this cat a snack. There it is. Wargaming Recon's done it. He's getting his snack. And his little paws are going. Oh, he's so happy his little paw is up. He's happy. Alright, so what we need is we need a wine and we need a little snack. Jack's on it. Yeah, sure. Princess Strega, you can do it the next time. That cat never comes up. He must have been really wanting his little snack. So maybe what we'll do each stream is we won't feed him before the stream. We won't give him a snack before the stream. We'll just let him come and get it. Thank you. Thank you, Princess Strega. I have my little rice next. So, one thing I've noticed, by the way, here's another little free map fact that has really got nothing to do with the map. This monitor that I draw on actually is really freaking warm. So when I lean on it, and my cats love leaning on it, it's actually quite warm. But this light is warm too. So sitting there drawing, I'm freaking hot. I feel like I'm on stage. I've been kind of puzzling about it for a short while now. Like, you know, so why am I so hot in the evening? And for, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, well, it's still warm outside. And the sun goes over to that side of the house. So, okay, it must just be the evening sun catching that side of the house. And so I'm just getting warm. No, it's this. And it's unfortunate because I like this camera. But the ring light, I can't even turn the ring light freaking off. It's the only thing I really don't like about it. And I really don't want to go off and buy yet another camera. I have 4 cameras. So going back to Harris Heller was doing he has a YouTube video out there where he was talking about this new camera that is meant to be the dog's freaking bollocks, and it kind of made me want to get one. So maybe we will. You know, if we hit a certain goal on Patreon, and that includes Twitch, I think. If we hit a certain goal, maybe getting that camera will be one of the things that I actually do. Yeah, sure. Wargaming, I appreciate you asking. Link me. One of the things, when I was first buying the hardware for Twitch streaming, I actually got this big ring light. This is a small one, but I got this big ring light. Never used it. Never needed it that bright, you know? Oh, it's the current goal, Pex? Well, that's great. And maybe what we can actually do is we could put out a message to everyone telling what I'm actually going to get with it. I think we could be specific. This is the one that War Game just linked to. Is there a camera in there? Oh, it's a video light on camera. I'm not understanding what I'm looking at. Is this a camera? It's just the light, right? This is just a lighting panel. Just an LED light. Okay. Okay, I'll take a look at that. No, I'll take a look at that. Maybe separate lighting away from the camera itself. I'll take a look at that. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. That's good to know. One of our goals in the Patreon is to actually for me to convert my garage to a hobby space, painting and everything. I'd probably move myself down there if that happens, but I would definitely then be in the market for more extended lighting options, without a doubt. But yeah, we could look at it here too. We could definitely look at it here. Noble Dwarf, I would keep you to that. I would keep you to that. If I had 1 ounce of my father's remodeling, building, carpentry, electrical capabilities, I would be a dangerous person. I'm just saying. I can think about it. I can picture it in my mind's eye. I just can't do it. I'm gonna throw some trees in here. Screw it. A little bit of greenery. Alright, keep going, Faden. Keep going. Next road. Hey, Miss J. Okay, what do you mean? What's a garage? Is that a word that Americans don't use? Did I use the wrong word? I mean, yeah, you use the word garage, don't you? 1-car garage, 2-car garage, that type of thing. We have a 1-car garage that is part of our house. Oh, around there, most houses don't have garages. I gotcha. Hey, Army Troy, it has indeed. You know what? I'm doing a zoom out so you can see what we're working on here. Good to see you. Army Troy, you're right, actually. We use garages to store our stuff. We have never put our car in the garage, like ever. We do store some stuff, and occasionally every few years we clear it all out. My plan is for the things that are stored in there, which is mostly gardening type thing, to actually put it in a shed We don't own a shed. And then... I'll hit save right now, otherwise I'll cry if it crashes. But the plan is I want to use the garage space for my hobby, particularly my painting, right? But my hobbies in general. And move, because I've got hobby shit all over the house. I've got miniatures on the mantelpiece. I've got miniatures behind me. I've got paint supplies over there. Paint supplies under the coffee table. I've got paint supplies downstairs in the garage itself. And I can't spray paint and shit like that up here. So I want to convert the garage to a hobby space. Racks of paints and miniatures and diorama supplies. And actually just do Twitch streams or YouTube videos on it too, and just have that as a lovely backdrop. That's what I want to do. We're not at the installation phase because we're not at the anything phase right now. And the garage itself, 3 of the walls of the garage is actually underneath my living room. We've got an elevated house on a hill, and the garage is built into the hill, and the living room fits right on top of it. And so one wall on the other side is the hill. It's just, there's no insulating that. It is the ground, right? Then the other 2 walls are the house. And that's all pretty well insulated. This house is actually pretty well insulated because it was the first thing I did when I first moved in. There's one outside wall, which is of course the door. And doing something with that would obviously be key. Princess Dreger, exactly right. So my dad is the same. My dad, literally, and I mean this, could build a house and everything in it. He is an incredible brick guy. He is great at carpentry. He can do electrics. For the longest time, he wouldn't mess with plumbing for some reason, but he can do plumbing. And so he has built extensions to houses and knocked down sections of houses, rebuilt sections of houses. All his life, it's just, that's what he does. My mom will sort of say, you know, I kind of see us like knocking a hole here, building this, doing this and this. And my dad just does it. He just does it. And he's a one-man band, you know? And I envy that. I've never been that way. Like, my dad can't program a computer, but so, okay, I've got my skills, but I wish I had his skills. I really do. Alex Vixen, here's a fun fact. The spiders in, I'm going to just say Great Britain, are more scary than the spiders that you get in some parts of the United States, and I don't know why. Like, now don't get me wrong, California or whatever, you know, where you get tarantulas or black widows, that's a whole different kettle of fish. But the house spiders that you get over there, where they're like this freaking big, and I've seen them. I mean, I've been in a shower in this old Tudor house and had a spider fall from the rafters above and make a clunk sound in the shower where I was standing. And I know they can get freaking big and scary. Here, they actually just about this big, the house spiders over here, and fat. It's like they're completely different beasts. It's kind of weird. I'm actually terrified of British spiders, and I think it's because they wear bowler hats and fight. Yeah, wolf spiders are no joke. The British spiders actually look like wolf spiders, and I know they're not wolf spiders, but the British house spiders look like wolf spiders. I always remember watching a show in England, and this is a God's honest truth, and someone had a spider like this big in resin that they had found in their attic. It was like this freaking big, and it was just, it looked like a wolf spider, but this big. British spiders are like that. They're freaking huge. Yeah, so when Alex Vixen is talking about spiders in her garage, it's like, yeah. They're going to be some serious mothers. They're going to be the type of spider I just do not want to deal with. Alright. I'm going to get a building that's going to bridge this weird intersection here. And we're going to do it like that. There we go. Pecs, eat my shorts. Oh, fine. I'll eat a bean. You arsehole. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. But you can't post a video and then say, don't watch if you've got arachnophobia. I've just got no interest. Pecs, this is for you. That's disgusting. That is absolutely fucking disgusting. Where are the good ones in here? What am I eating? What? I can't believe I'm gonna now slow down. Taste this thing so I can try and figure out what it is. What is this? Oh, that's gross. That's what that is. I think that might have been puke. That was not awesome. You've named one of your spiders Jason Voorhees. Yeah, okay, so yeah, his body is easily 1.5 inches. Yeah, no, I with 3 to 4 inch legs. No, I can picture it. Unfortunately, I can picture it. Because I lived in Britain for like 30 years, and I've seen motherfuckers like that. They are no joke. Alright. So hold on a sec. Okay, so Wargaming Recon, if you want to redeem my background, you've got to just send it to me on Facebook or honestly Twitter or Instagram, anything, anywhere. But send me through any of my usual accounts the picture you would like to use, and I'll use it on my next stream. That's no problem. I won't redeem it until you do. Let's do the question. Let's do the question here. I have 4 books above my head, and each one has 3,000 questions in it. Give me a number between 1 and 4, Wargaming Recon. And that will be the book I grab, okay? I'm doing a little mini park here. Then you gotta give me a number between 1 and 3,000. Alright, book 3. What question? 1 and 3,000. I'm gonna zoom out while this is going on. And then I actually want to get these last 2 white spaces done, okay folks? So we're gonna pause on the games and stuff just for a moment here. We got 1,893. All right. 1,800. You know, I normally pride myself on basically being able to turn straight to the page. There we go. Okay. Oh, this book is Would You Rather? Questions. Would you rather? 1,893. Would you rather have back spasms or a slipped disc? What the hell type of question is that? Would you rather have backs? That's like saying, would you rather have a brick to the face or a baseball bat to the teeth? Can I possibly do neither? So, would you rather have back spasms or a slipped disc? Well, both sound freaking miserable. I'm gonna start with that. Yeah, and I'm actually tending to concur with you. I think back spasms. My mom actually got a slip disc at one point in her life, and it laid her out. It just laid her out because a slip disc will start to hit all of your nerves, right? And like it creates abdominal pain throughout your entire body. So I think I'd have to choose back spasms, and then I would bitch at Wargaming Recon constantly for giving me that. But yes, back spasms. I choose back spasms. I can't believe I'm saying those words. I mean, I guess you could start getting pretty meta and say, yes, but a slipped disc you could repair. So you could go to the doctor and get that fixed, but back spasms you can't. But I don't think that's the spirit of what the book's asking. Wargaming, you redeemed a compliment. So I'm actually going to compliment you in a slightly different way. If none of you are actually aware, Wargaming Recon runs a regular podcast that he's been doing for something like 2 decades now about the mostly wargaming world, but it's largely miniatures world, painting world, and he's been doing it a long time. And it's a pretty successful little podcast. And he has been working at this thing so hard for so long and just keeps on doing it. And he never bitches about it. He never complains. He doesn't take off huge chunks of time. He just keeps on doing it all of the time. And as someone who loves wargaming, and I do, I have a lot of interest in wargaming and the miniatures to back it up. I found that his podcast is fun, it's engaging, it's energetic, and he's clearly got this love and this passion for that side of the hobby, including the paints and supplies and things like that. And I want to just thank you, Wargaming Recon, but for being such a great advocate for that part of the hobby and that particular hobby. I personally appreciate it. I'm sure that all of your regular listeners really appreciate it. And you should keep on trucking, my friends, because it's good stuff. And we need more of it. Holiday gift guide episode coming up. I look forward to watching that. Anyone that is not familiar who has even moderate interest in miniatures and painting supplies and reviews and discussions and that type of thing, Wargame Recon. Go look up the podcast. It's a changing world, isn't it? It's like I think YouTube. So I was thinking a while ago about how back in the 60s and the 70s, television used to feature all of these like really eclectic shows, you know, like even math or chess, and how as we've moved on, those shows have disappeared. These almost basement shows have disappeared. Well, they haven't now, have they? They've come back. YouTube does that for us. Whatever your hobby or interest is, there's someone equally passionate about it talking about it on YouTube now. I found myself the other day listening to a chess show because I was researching Bobby Fischer, don't ask. And this guy's got a very successful show with like 500,000 viewers, regular viewers, and he talks chess. And I'm like, you know what? This is a good world. There's a lot of hate and arseholes in this world, but that's always going to be the case throughout time. I think history has shown that. But this is a good time to be alive too. It's like, when you look at the surge of shows on demand and YouTube and the likes and content creators, it's like, I can really get behind that. And Wargame, you're one of them. Yeah, it was finding Bobby Fischer that had me going down the little rabbit hole of YouTube. Finding Bobby Fischer? I think it was called Finding Bobby Fischer. I've not actually watched the film, but I was watching some scenes from it. And the final game that they actually play in the film was a game that, you know, occurred in real life. I think it went a little bit differently because in real life it was a draw. But this guy actually played out the game from the point where the film sort of takes it along a slightly fictional sort of journey, and it was good. It was just good stuff. I used to actually play in chess tournaments. There was a point, and I have a lot of chessboards around the house. It was chess was actually a big part of my life for a long time. See, that could have been a truth fact, truth or dare. The truth or lie. It could be one of those things. But I won't tell you about how good of a player I was. We'll save that for the truth, lie. Searching for Bobby Fischer, that would be the one. I've got a chessboard around here somewhere. I've got a lot of chessboards. But this one was an electronic one. Mephisto or something it was called, and back in the day it was a freaking boss. It would play to a high level. I spent a lot of money on that board, and it's a gorgeous chess set too. You know, it's a big chess set. Wood, I like wood chess sets. Mephisto, it's in storage right now. I haven't played in a while. I used to play a lot. It used to be my thing. I remember play-by-mail. It could be play-by-mail role-playing games, play-by-mail anything, right? Everything was play-by-mail. I used to do a lot of play-by-mail chess. I went to a tournament once where there was they always have the Grandmaster section, you know, separated, right, from everyone else. And in the Grandmaster section, there was a blind guy playing, and it was mind-blowing to watch. It was just stunning. And he had this like special chess set with like the pieces were on pins, so they were slotting the board, and like he would just have it on his lap, and they had like little ball bearings on the top, and he would just touch all of the pieces. He's just touching them, and then he would call out his move, and his opponent would like move it, and then be looking at the regular chess set, you know. Then he would call out his move, and the blind guy would like move it, and just so it was incredible. It was humbling to watch. I'm actually going to watch The Queen's Gambit. People have been saying a lot of great things about that show. And apparently, yes, the central theme is chess, but it's meant to be one of those where people who have no interest in chess go, holy shit, this is actually kind of interesting, this is fun. Alright, I definitely, what have we been streaming? We've been streaming for an hour and a quarter. We're definitely going to finish this bit. I really want to push into here so much. It's like every time I feel like we're making good progress, it's like it just takes a little bit longer than I thought. It's just one of those things. Some of these are drawn in a darker ink. Yeah, maybe, but it's fine. That's 1 year between us. And you're probably looking at here, right? Because that was probably a delineating line. I'm drawing on a finer brush than I normally would. Actually, my brush is down to a 5. So I think that's what you're seeing. But I'm not too concerned. This whole thing is going to be coloured. You're not going to be able to tell. But 5 is actually much smaller than I would normally do. Let's take this up to an 8. Did you miss the question? Hold on a sec. No, what question? Wargaming Recon did the question. 3,000 things you'd rather? Are we talking about back spasms? What other question are we talking about? Alex Vixen, your late mother taught you chess. Taught me how to handle losing at chess badly. She was one of the players who could win on order 5 to 6 moves. Yes. We did the question thing, right? Yes, darker ink on the evil buildings. Oh, Princess redeemed another one. Oh, really? Alright, I think we might have to limit the questions a little bit, but yeah, let's do it. Princess, give me a number between 1 and 4, then a number between 1 and 3,000. Book 1 to 4. Yeah, look, this is already quite a bit darker. So that's an evil building. I might throttle that back just a smidge. Let's hit somewhere in between. Princess, I need a book number 1 to 4. Oh, you're doing book 2, question 3,000. Okay. Okay. This book is 3,000 questions about me. And question 3,000. It already started well, because it's me. When you're sick, so when I'm sick, do you grin and bear it, or just curl up in bed as much as possible? Alright, it's not a bad little question. So when I'm sick, do I grin and bear it, or do I curl up in bed as much as possible? This is good. I'm going to start with a weird one. I am British, and I have the British stiff upper lip. Not because I'm British, because the British nowadays have it less than, let's say, they used to 100 years ago. But I knew my great-great-grandfather. I knew my great-grandfather. And my mother was hands down stiff upper lip. My father, because he only had 2 girls, right, for a while, just 1 girl, would play games with me and my sister that were pretty roughhousing, you know, like, not bad for boys, but girls don't wrestle and that type of shit. But he would play pretty rough. And if we ever got hurt, which by the way could be just we just fell over, or we fell off the couch, or he kicked a football into my face, that's a story for another time. He would always go, shh, 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 hold it in, because he was scared of my mom hearing, because my mom's in the kitchen, right? So, point being is my dad would, like, drill into me this whole, hold it. Oh, you're a brave girl. So my entire life, I've been surrounded by people, a culture, and a family that just would never complain about pain, hurt, misery, or anything. And my mom has got that in spades. My mom has been in pain her entire life, and no one would know it. She's had a bad back her entire life, fractured disc, and no one would know it. She just soldiers on. Why? Because her father was like that. Her grandfather was like that. So, I am in the camp of grinning and bearing it. That is me. I grin and bear, and I don't say anything to anyone. I mean, I've had some. I actually once went to the dentist for dental surgery. Like some pretty major shit, and I didn't even tell Jack. I just went off and did it. And I texted him. I was like, "Oh, I'm out of the dentist," and he was like, "What?" So I've kind of got it like to a point of being a problem. I just grin and bear. Now, if though I'm like really sick and I'm poorly and I'm like really run down on energy, then what I do, I actually don't go to bed. I will actually lie down in front of the TV and I'll put on an old classic film like Spartacus or something, and I'll just chill. And I'll have to cough medicines and shit like that, but I'll just chill and I'll listen to my body and I'll let it recuperate. But I won't bitch to anyone about it. That's me. I think, Princess, you just gotta let yourself recover, right, sometimes. And I think letting yourself recover is absolutely fine. I'm one of those good patients, though, in so much that I'm not gonna whinge, I'm not gonna complain, I'm not gonna bellyache, I'm just gonna get on with it. Because what's me bellyaching gonna do? You know, it's not gonna fix it. It's just going to make people around me be miserable. They can't do anything about whatever's wrong with me. Alex Vixen, that's funny. That's funny. You know, our resident I Claudius is a bit of a dick, isn't he? I'm actually looking forward to Christmas this year. But I'm looking forward to Christmas this year because a couple of weeks prior, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out. I am one of those people very much looking forward to it. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. They actually, they rented a billboard in Times Square, and that shit is in the millions. And that had the 10th, December 10th all over it. If they're throwing down millions of dollars on Times Square advertising, I don't know. I think it would be utterly crazy to delay again. Alright, I'm hitting save and I'm going to move on a little bit. This is normally when I'm going to end the stream, but I actually really want to get a little chunk of this done as well. So I'm going to keep going. I hope you're okay with that. Well, put it this way, Wargame. There's a rumor going around that there's going to be another delay. And in response to that rumor, CD Projekt Red came out and said it's coming out on the 10th. They kind of doubled down. Also, some people have had cancellations of their pre-orders because the pre-ordered locations, like physical copies, won't have enough. And people have theorized that they've got those cancellations because the likes of, let's say, a certain Walmart location has received a stock count of what they're going to receive, and from that they can see that they're not going to have enough, and so they've had to cancel certain pre-order items. And that has led to the conversation, well, that must mean CD Projekt Red is gearing up for shipping. So I'm gonna be optimistic and then cry my eyes out if they delay again. Yeah, even though Claudius isn't sure. And I can respect that. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Alex Vixen, did he run? That's a great result, though. That is a great result. I kind of want to fill this square in here. I really want to fill this square in here. I'm not quite sure how to tackle it. It is like Tetris pieces. I've underutilized dragons in my games. I mean, I've had them in there, but nowhere near as enough as I should be. Dragons are such wonderful creatures. I'm sure players don't think so. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. I don't know. Ever since we've actually been working from home, our dinner habits are kind of shifted, and we've started eating bigger meals during the day and smaller meals at night. I think we might just do a sandwich tonight. You know, a salami, pepperoni, turkey type of sandwich. Just a nice sandwich. I think that's what we'll probably end up doing. I love a good sandwich. I think that's where we'll net out, because I know Jack bought a bunch of fresh meats, and if we don't use them, they're gonna go off, you know. Fun fact about me, I hate peanut butter. Like, I would rather eat manky beans than peanut butter. Can't handle it at all. I think it's partially a cultural thing. At least back in the day, peanut butter was not a thing that was particularly common in England. While culturally, it's a huge part of American society. It's the way, you know, that you're brought up with this stuff, right? Not in England. But crisp butties, sugar butties, banana butties, these things were my childhood. PB&J, no. Hi Renoir. We're actually not far from finishing this stream. This is where we're at. So I didn't finish the work tonight, but I got us real close. So hopefully on the next stream we'll be colouring. We're close now, and we're real close. No. Okay, I'm going to preface my answer here. England has changed a lot. I've been out of England for 20 years now. So all of my answers are going to be pre the year 2000, okay? But back in the day, the heavy American foods such as Nutella, peanut butter, what's that white fluffy stupid shit that you can scoop out that's basically pure marshmallow sugar. That was not a type of food that we got in England. We had our junk foods, we had that type of thing, but not that. You know, I was on Marmite, you know, and shit like that. So that might have changed. It's been 20 years. That might have changed. But back in the day, we didn't have that. So I always remember my dad had peanut butter in the house once, and he liked it. But to me, it just smelled of sick. I hated it. But also, I never grew up on it. You know, I was never acclimatized to it. Now, I actually oddly like almond butter. I'm okay with that, but peanut butter I can't stand. And I mean, honestly, Alex Vixen would have to talk about this type of thing now because she lives over there and I don't. marshmallow fluff. Alright. That's what it's called, huh? That's what brings down the Empress. Fighting over marshmallow fluff. And you know, marshmallow fluff may be good. I'm not saying it's bad, like, at all. I'm not even sure I've ever had marshmallow fluff. But it's the type of thing where at least back in the day you couldn't get it in England. And honestly, maybe part of this too was the way my mom supported the family. My mom was a stay-at-home mom for a lot of the time. And we would get 3-course meals every day, home cooked. It was always a balanced meal. It was always had vegetables involved. It had the protein and everything in there. Every day, hand cooked meal. And so part of this may be my family culture. So if that type of stuff was on shelves, my mom just never ever ever would have bought it. Hey David Glass, good to see you. I like ice cream. I love ice cream. But we do get ice cream in England, you know. But I do like ice cream. I like Tutti Frutti, Neapolitan, almost anything with like toffee crunch and that type of thing in there. Mint choc chip, I like mint choc chip. Cherry Garcia. Rum and raisin, I love rum and raisin. I mean, but honestly, I'll eat any type of ice cream. I'm not sure that there's a type of ice cream that I don't like. I particularly love Stone Cold. Like, I love going into that place and mixing a whole bunch of shit in there. Rocky Road. Rocky Road is a great one. Rocky Road is a good choice. Now, so this is a thing. I like peanuts. But almost any food derived from peanuts I don't like. And peanut butter ice cream will be one of them. It's the weirdest thing. There's like a candy too, that's derived from peanut, like a peanut flavor. And I can't remember the flavor of it now. And that was one of the first candies that I ever had as a kid that I immediately did not like. Oh no, peanut butter cups, I hate them. And it's like, it's not even psychological, like, you know, because when our D&D group was getting together, we'd all bring snacks and shit, and someone one day brought peanut butter cups, and I didn't know what they were, because that was also a candy that we never got in England, right? I literally did not know what they were. I was like, oh, chocolate cup, and the minute I bit into it, it's like, oh, it's like, just the flavor kills me. Just kills me. I can't tell you why. It's just one of those foods things, one of those flavor things I just can't hack. You see, homemade ice cream, I would try it. I would absolutely try your homemade ice cream. And I would be very scared that I wouldn't like it. Occasionally, yeah, I don't know what you guys and girls are like, but I will try a food that I know I don't like, just to see if I've changed my mind, because it looks good or something, you know? I'm like that occasionally with, like, crab. I'm not a huge crab person, but occasionally I'll give it another go. And it's like, nope, still don't like crab. But there's three taste groups, I'm gonna say, that all throughout my life has never changed. I just can't hack it. Cucumber, beets, and peanut derived foods. cucumber is one of those foods to me, so is beet, where if it's actually even been close in the same room as something I'm about to eat, it just tastes of cucumber now, and I can't hack it. Yeah, cucumber sandwiches. I used to be the same with celery, but at some point in my life, celery became okay. I still don't eat much of it, but my taste buds adapted. Time check. Yeah, I am over time. Probably just going to draw a couple more buildings. My mom used to do celery sticks with like a cream cheese right down them as like a little bit of aperitif for parties she used to throw. That was what I found out as a kid, that I really wasn't a fan. The cream cheese, oh hell yeah. Is it redeem time check? Is that the correct command? Because it might be that time check has been turned off or is bugged somehow. Might be something that's taking up. Oh, there you go. That one worked. Time. It's just time. Okay. Maybe we should add a time check in there as well. What do you think? Oh, you could do... Oh, you can't. No, if there's going to be an animation and a sound effect, you can't just type it. It's the way that CloudBot works. Yes, we've been going 1 3/4 hours, and I think this is probably a good point for me to end it, but for different reasons, and maybe you're thinking. One, I'm just going to keep on going at this rate. I'm going to actually hit save real quick. But the main reason is we're actually pretty damn close here, and this was going to be the university area, and we definitely do have a nice big building here. I want to have a couple of other big buildings around it.
A what?
And I'm beginning to draw small, and so I actually want to back away from it and then come back, because we'll be able to sort of, like with a fresh head, draw better around the university. This, I don't care what goes on here, but I do want the university area to have something good happening. We've now just got this and this, and we're into colouring. So maybe, I think I might try to do a little bit of work on this off camera, just to ensure that on the next stream, which will be next Wednesday, we're into colouring on this map. It's been a while since we've coloured the map. Feels like that, right? I mean, is the last colouring I ever did like Light Harbour? I feel like we've been doing a lot of black and white work, especially because we've been doing the Troll Lord Games one, and there is 12 maps on that sucker. I feel like we've been doing a lot of black and white, and suddenly there's going to be a huge amount of colouring for us to work on. Yeah, Mondays and Tuesdays. By the way, things may change. I might even end up, streaming on a Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, or something. And I don't really want to change the map every night. So I'm thinking first half of the week Project 1, second half of the week Project 2. That's what I'm thinking. So, and I do want to get back to the Troll Games, the Castle Keeper's Guide, because I really want to try and get that castle dialed in. We've been working on that castle for an entire 2 hours, and I don't feel like I made really good progress. I kind of almost want to clear the slate and start again. Magnificent Pecs, right? Well, we haven't actually coloured a map with you around, so yeah, it's been a while since we've done some colouring. It will be good to get into a colouring project, because the Castle Keeper's Guide is still a little bit away from colouring. So, getting this into colouring next Wednesday will be nice. We'll be able to flex our colouring muscles. Maybe back on Keystone. So, Keystone is a private project, right? We're just doing that for us. And we have the Viking map to draw. And we have Frog God Games Necropolis to do as well. So I don't know how we can fit in the Keystone without disrupting something else. So I mean, I'll look at my schedule and we'll look to see what we can do. And maybe it'll be one of those things where maybe sometimes we work on it in our little sort of private Patreon only sort of hangouts that we do. But right now, just commissions have to win, you know? Yeah, so our current... we've got Troll Lord Games, we've got Necropolis for our God Games. We've got this map right in front of us. I've got a small project, which is more of a prop project, which I'll show you guys and girls one day, as a Cthulhu prop. We've got the Viking one. So I think we're working on 5 projects, right? I miss Keystone too. I want to get back into Keystone, I really do. It's just when. I think it's just when. And this is assuming that we're not doing any form of map for GaryCon this year, because GaryCon is going to be virtual. Because I was on board to do that map for them, but I don't think they're going to need it. They're just not going to need it. So I don't think we'll be doing a map for GaryCon this year. But 2022 we will. But maybe because we're not doing the GaryCon thing, that gives us a little bit more time to work on other stuff. Actually, I am talking to someone next year because they want me to draw Rome. But it's a fantasy Rome. And it's just like a single page size. So I'm still talking to them right now about, well, how would that work? Because it could be almost an abstract Rome. Like, because if we're fitting it onto just a piece of paper, you just can't do individual buildings. So I'm still talking to them about that. But that will be happening next year as well. And Wargaming Recon, we have the Wargaming Recon map too. Wargaming Recon wants me to draw a castle or something for him. So, yeah, we're just decked out. We're just decked out. I always have more projects at least being spoken about than we possibly have capacity for. And it's been like that for a while, so that's fine. It's good, right? It's good to be popular. It's good to always be drawing things. Well, yeah, the blue scale map for the Patreon, so that's like just the fun stuff. That's just the fun stuff for us. I don't mind doing them. That's the stuff I work on Sunday afternoon in my own time. Alright, I think this is a great point for us to end it tonight. We made some good progress. This thing is really coming along. I think we're all really looking forward to this thing getting into a colouring phase. It will completely transform the map. So, next stream will be on Monday. But remember, if you are subscribed on Twitch or you back me on Patreon, we are doing a private, invite-only little chat session on Saturday morning, and we're just gonna sit and we're gonna chill and we're gonna talk about all things. We can talk about whatever you want. It could be gaming, it could be the miniatures I've got, it could be projects that we're thinking about working on. We're just gonna sit, we're gonna hang, and I'm gonna be drinking mimosas. That is Saturday morning. Until then, I want to thank all of my Patreon subscribers. I want to thank all of my Twitch subs from the bottom of my heart. Much love to all of you, your extended family at this point. I'll be back officially Monday, and we're going to be working on the Castle Keeper's Guide, a castle elevated view. Until then, I'll see all of you subbed people on Saturday morning. Bring your coffee. I'll see you then. Everyone have a fantastic time. Take care. Maybe I'll bring some fluff. And maybe I'll try it on air. Who knows? Probably not. I love you guys.